Hi guys, update to the ownership experience after 1 month and a few days and 6,000 kilometers. I have to admit I was a little bit hard to the car in the beginning. I was used to my Type R. It's a similar and different car. I've discussed it in so many different topics, but in the end I used Type R a lot in Romania. There you do not have a lot of Autobahn, and if you have limitations. So it was for me mainly a car that I've used on twisty roads. In Germany, the driving scenario for the M3 is a lot different, a lot of Autobahn or mostly Autobahn, a lot of unlimited driving, so 250 kilometers per hour plus. And that's where this car is simply brilliant, unbelievable, however you want to call it. It's such a refined car, a mature car. You can drive long distances without getting tired. And maybe what I can show you, this driving scenario. I'm in 6th gear, I accelerate, and the car is simply a monster. It pulls and pulls and pulls. You feel the two turbos, you simply feel the big displacement. It's very stable, it's like on tracks. And I believe if you drive a lot of Autobahn, we are lucky in Germany, and you want something that has almost the handling or the handling of a Type R, but you want it to have also a manual transmission and to be a little smaller than an M5 or maybe an RS6, and a lot cheaper of course, then I believe the M3 is really the perfect car for Autobahn driving. Let's talk a little bit about the topics that I didn't like in the beginning. First of all, the gearbox. It's a good gearbox, but I remain at my initial impression. It's not up there with the Type R. It's not that fun to shift, but it's always spot on. So discussion closed. Handling, the car is really good, guys. So most of the time you can't tell this is a 1,700 kilogram car. It's glued to the street. Regarding the engine, and I believe honestly this is the most brilliant part of this car, besides the handling. You get an engine that's starting somewhere from 2,500 RPM till 7,200 RPM, will deliver completely linear power. It's unbelievable. It's like a non-turbo engine. And this is a huge accomplishment from BMW. Sometimes if you drive it like this, 2500 RPM, 2000 RPM, and you step on it, it's simply like a big diesel in the first part. It has huge power, it has this great sound, and I do not mean the sound from the exhaust or the artificial sound. I do not know how much artificial sound in the end you get, but if you are inefficient at a stoplight, this typical 6-cylinder sound, this grok 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 grok. It's not like a V8, but it's so pleasant. The interior of the car, you simply feel that BMW is a premium brand, and you can feel also what you've paid for this car. It's really very well made. You have absolutely no issues with the car regarding, I don't know, rattling or something that doesn't fit. I had no technical issues with the car in these 6,000 kilometers. Okay, the wheel alignment topic that I already discussed, but in the end, for me, it's not an issue. Yeah, it's no problem in the end regarding driving the car. Other than that, I believe that also the fuel consumption is extremely good for the car. At the moment, we are starting from the beginning at 13 liters. This is very good because I drive a lot of Autobahn, and in the end, I believe if you would drive it normally, normal speeds, you would get maybe 11, something like that, 11.5. So it's also a very nice information to know. A lot of guys ask me about the consumption, and it's not that big. And one again, I'm in 6th gear and I accelerate, and you feel that the car goes. And the most stunning part is above 200 kilometers per hour, it's so damn quick. You don't even feel it when you reach 250. And it's a pleasant drive. The Honda has no power, no real power below 4000 RPM, so you have to shift a lot more to work a lot more. This is in the end a saloon where you have a lot of fun, and when you need to downshift, when you get an RS 8 or whatever this is behind me, he keeps up, so the car has to have a lot of horsepower, but the car simply goes. And this is a driving experience that's very difficult to explain via this video. I had a lot of persons that watched the videos, then drove with me in the car, and they told me, Cosmin, I understand now what you mean, how fun it is to drive, and how, I don't know, it's without effort. It's simply, most of the cars at 200 doesn't pull that strong. And I believe this is also an important part of this car, an RS Q3. It's simply easy to drive. If you are not in M dynamic mode, the car will intervene very slightly and will not let you make mistakes. So if you are on Sport Plus mode, anybody can drive this car. I will make also a video about M dynamic mode, because I believe M dynamic mode is a different topic. And overall, I'm really happy with the car. There are no problems and no complaints. And I will come back with the next update when I reach 10,000 kilometers. Till then, stay tuned.